Hello everyone, I want to talk about Vietnam. I want to talk about both the believable and the unbelievable, because they had both in abundance. Now, if you never had to leave your home and your loved ones to go attend a war, you're quite blessed, you were fortunate. Now whether you were drafted or enlisted, there's still occasionally this funny feeling comes across you when you realize that they've just placed you in an airplane and they've flown you to a war zone. Now they're going to drop you off in that war zone, and if you don't get shot within a year, they'll send another plane back to pick you up. If you've never been in an actual real jungle, it's quite unusual. And the jungle's thick, so damn thick you just can't believe it. And within that jungle, you will find an array of things that'll just make you wish you weren't there. You'll encounter things like leeches, nasty, slimy little creatures. You'll encounter what I look at as a green tree viper, what they call a white-lipped pit viper. They just love to bite. Nasty thing. To give you an idea of how much these little critters like to bite, one of the provinces in the Mekong Delta, they reported 866 bites in just 1 year. And they also have a thing, a giant centipede, usually called a red-headed centipede. Feed on everything from bats, even wolf spiders. In addition to the leeches, the snakes, and the centipedes, you also had spiders. Several different kinds of spiders. Spiders that you could actually shoot with a rifle. I know a friend of mine woke up with one on his chest. And my friend related to me that this creature on his chest had a body about 3/4 of the size of a baseball and had some rather long legs protruding from that body. He was not at all happy with this creature on his chest. And then you also threw in a dose of monkeys, cats, and rats and assorted strange things. And you had quite an unusual situation. There are also times when you ran into things that were just unbelievable, actually hard to explain, that made you really wish you weren't there. You didn't think you could actually be there. The best way I could describe it is you enter another zone, another dimension. And before you go saying I'm crazy about dimension of things, modern science tells us that our minds actually extend beyond our physical selves. They say that our mind is just not a perception of experiences. Modern science tells us that our mind is quite a complex system and it actually can influence things outside of itself. So they're really getting to the edge of understanding that our mind is just not limited to controlling what's here in our bodies in this dimension, but our mind can actually travel and influence things outside of itself. So before you laugh at the idea of something happening in Vietnam, similar to a dimensional or universal shift, allow that it is definitely a possibility. It is entirely possible that when these incidents occur, individuals involved may have slipped into another dimension or universe. When the U.S. got to Vietnam, they discovered that the Vietnam War was a bit unusual. It was not the normal war fighting that they were used to. This was jungle warfare, on and off, fast-moving, ambushing, guerrilla tactics. And there was quite a problem. They had to go into quite a learning curve. They were down on the learning curve and had to pick up a lot of the skills that were being used against the United States so that they could defeat their enemy. The soldiers at the time when they first got there, they would hire people that were experienced to traverse the areas that they needed to get through. Like I said, it was a very thick terrain, and they would hire locals to take them through. But there were areas in these jungles that these locals would not go into. It's hard to believe, but it was really true. Places that they just would not go. There were supposedly creatures, beings. These creatures are beings that they called Ma. They described them basically as like a reanimated corpse that would drink blood and eat human organs. In 1965, there actually were reports that came into the U.S. command that patrols were seeing these ghostly figures in the jungles. Definitely different from the normal enemy. These creatures had fangs and black eyes. I know you're going to find that hard to believe, but more than one person came across these hard-to-believe creatures. And I know you're thinking, yeah, there was a lot of drug use over there. Yes, there was, but I don't believe you can write off the fact that the number of people that encountered these strange creatures, not all of them were drunk and or high at the time they were doing it. A lot of these people were out day after day on long search and destroy patrols, quote-unquote high at the time. It just wasn't so. Then in addition to everything I've talked about so far, some individuals encountered a creature that they called a rock ape. These jungles were a dangerous place. Now, soldiers from all over the world, from many, many countries, reported seeing the rock apes. An NVA general did organize an expedition to try and capture or kill one of these, but they kind of got interrupted by the war. To give you an idea of how many times these creatures were spotted, there was a place there that they called Monkey Mountain. There were so many sightings of these rock apes there, named as Monkey Mountain. So there's no doubt that these creatures were spotted, but no one still knows exactly what they are. But those that have visited Monkey Mountain in Vietnam, they can tell you what they saw. Anyway, that's going to be it for now on Vietnam. Please subscribe, like, share with like-minded friends, and feel free to leave a comment. Again, thanks for watching this video. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.